So we really appreciate everybody watching. I'm very sorry during this time with the coronavirus and all the stuff that's happening around it. We have had to slow down our investigation a little. I do want everyone to understand, though, we are not done investigating. We are still doing everything we can from New Jersey, and we will continue to look into every piece of this. We are going to hold off on probably releasing new episodes for about a month here, only because we want the investigation done 100% right. I don't want to be one more person that fails bonsai here. So we are absolutely still investigating. We will pick up where we left off as soon as we can travel around and get the interviews we need. We are on to some amazing leads here, so I think we have uncovered some serious information, which we will showcase in upcoming episodes. So to get everybody through this time, though, we are going to be doing some Q&A episodes. We're going to be releasing also a timeline episode this week that really kind of explains the timeline so people can understand how that came together in case they have questions about it, because it seems like a lot of people do. So that'll be coming out later this week. This episode today is just a Q&A episode where we answer a bunch of your questions. And in 2 weeks, we'll be releasing another Q&A episode. So please get your questions in. Just put them in the comments below. We'll go through all the questions and we'll try to answer every single one of them. We're going to be setting up some other things too, some Facebook Lives and some other, maybe editing together some full interviews so you can actually see the entire process of what we're doing. So please just keep in touch. We'll make sure we're posting everything on the social media so you know what's coming. We appreciate everyone's support. Really, what helps us during this time is if you can subscribe and share the content. That really helps us, because while we're all sitting at home watching this, let's keep getting the word out, because maybe somebody has the answer or the piece of evidence that we need. So I do ask for everybody's help in that, because it does help us out a lot. So now on to the Q&A portion. So the next question is about the DNA regarding the bones that were found under the 474 bridge. It does appear there was some sort of jawbone and a vertebrae found under the 474 bridge. We're not 100% sure yet if those are linked to the bonsai case, and I do not know if DNA was ever run on them, because I don't know where those bones are. So Bartonville police took the bones and all the other items that were found under the bridge that night, but I don't know what they did with them after that. So the question is, who has access to the items that were found under the 474 bridge? So the last I heard was that Bartonville Police Department did take the items. I don't know what happened to the items after that. Of course, we have been trying to find that out. So there's not much more I can say about that, except for the fact that I have confirmed that Barton PD did leave with all the evidence that was found under the 474 bridge. I'm not sure why the Pekin Police Department wasn't called or wasn't out there when those items were found, especially because they were found off a tip that was given to Trucks for Kids regarding the bonsai case. The question is Lisa still participating with our investigation? I do think that the relationship is a little bit strained, only because of the directions our investigation has gone. But the times that we have interviewed her and talked to us, she has been willing and she has been forthcoming with information. Okay, so I love this next question, and it is, why did Lisa set the alarm off that bonsai was missing on the 18th so quickly, when it appears that there had been swaths of time where she was not 100% sure where he was? So why this time did it raise an alarm? And I'm not sure. I have also wondered about this question, and I wondered if the alarm was set off so quickly because there was a truancy officer and police there at that moment asking questions, because on the 18th they came to the house to give Lisa a ticket for bonsai being truant from school so much, and when he wasn't there, they went and visited the Butts house and found he wasn't there either. And so then they met back up with Lisa at her house to find out where bonsai was. So maybe that was the catalyst for raising the alarm. So this question is, have the police or DCFS been willing to give me their version of the events that have occurred here? And no, they have not been. As far as the police go, I have talked with Seth Rainey, who's the lead investigator on the bonsai case, and Chief Dossie. Our meeting was basically, though, to ask them if they wanted to be part of our investigation and us to actually work together, and they very politely opted out. So after that, even when I have emailed, I have not received responses. So that's as far as it went. So this next question had to do if the cops have done either fingerprint or DNA analysis on some of the items that have been found or in some of the locations that we've been. I'm just not sure. They have not been forthcoming with information, so I don't want to speculate on that. So this next question has to do with when the police searched Lisa's house. I'm actually not sure on the dates that they searched her house. They did take out a swath of wall that I believe was about 1 foot by 3 feet that did have blood on it. I don't know if they got results on that DNA and what the conclusion of those results were. So this next question is, did the police question Lisa again after those items were found under the 474 bridge? Again, I'm not sure if the cops did talk to her again. And the second part of that was, do I think that was like a cry for attention and it was not actually a legitimate tip from Lisa? My thoughts on that is I have heard Lisa say many times scenarios she believes that could have happened to Bonsai, and I'm not sure if this is one of those cases where she was just talking about something that she believed might have happened to him, or if she was talking about something that she actually thought happened to him. Furthermore, please keep in mind that this tip came from somebody who was friends with Lisa, so I'm not even sure what their conversation was like or what the validity is around that tip. So the next question is, do we ever feel that our time has been wasted with some of the interviews? And it's not really like that because we're kind of investigating this case from a bird's eye view. So we kind of want to hear what everyone has to say and their theories on the case. We do usually only show the theories that we feel like there might be some truth in them. But is why we do show them is because they have been myths plaguing this case the entire time. So we'd like to show people what we found out about that, and then people can make up their own minds if they think it's related or not. So the question was the trailer that was in the middle of the field with the mattress and the sleeping bag in it, did it have anything to do with the case? I'm not 100% sure on that. The searchers came across it and they called the police about it. The items seemed to be just as they were, so I'm not sure if the police investigated it. But I think the searchers were concerned it might have had something to do with where either Bonsai maybe hid out or where he was potentially murdered. I'm not sure if that is the case, however, and it is still something we're looking into. So the next question that's being asked has to do with the validity of the Butts' statements, and that's the house that Bonsai slept at the night of the 17th. And those statements do hold some accuracy. I do feel like he spent the night at their house, and I do feel like they either saw him leave the house or actually head towards his bus station. I'm not sure how far they saw him go towards that. We do have 2 eyewitnesses who saw Bonsai after he left the Butts house on the 18th, and I think that lends credibility to the fact that he did leave their house on the 18th and he was alive for a period of time after that. So the next question is what we believe the involvement of the blue house was with Bonsai's murder. And I'm talking about the blue house that we showcased when Brooke and the psychic were talking and Brooke went and looked around the house. And we do have more information on that. We have spoken to the homeowners and they've been amazing talking to us. So there will be more on that in a future episode. So please keep watching.